This episode of the Horror Basement is brought to you by Connuga, going on February 23rd through the 25th in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Go check them out at connuga.com.
Hi, I'm Bill Mosley, and you're in the Horror Basement with Jim Jam and Johnny Leroy. Lick my plate, you dog dick.
Basement, the Tennessee Horror News Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Johnny Leroy, and as always, we got ourselves Jim Jam here with us.
I'm not even going to attempt it. Jim Jam here.
So, today's podcast, guys. Well, hold up. We just want to say we hope everybody has a happy New Year.
Yeah.
And we hope your Christmas was doing really good. You know, we hope you did really good during Christmas.
Hope you got everything you wanted from Santa.
Yeah, Santa Claus. He can be a douchebag, though, sometimes. So, you know, just go look us up on the Facebooks and the Instagram and the Twitters. And what is that? The Snapchat?
Yeah.
And Horror Mano. I mean, that's a pretty fun community.
Yeah. It is, definitely. Great place.
Well, I can't understand you. What kind of accent is that? What? I can't understand what you're saying.
It's a southern accent. I don't have the English accent.
What do you mean you don't? It's inside you, babe. It's inside everybody. That's
it's
where we come from.
Everybody. I'm mutilating that.
Just like you mutilate a lot of things. But anyways, so we got Honky Tonk Matt coming on. Check him out. Just so
right.
No, that's not it. But we got a guest, Honky Tonk Matt, or Matt Scott, I should say. I call him Honky Tonk Matt because
former wrestler, now special effects artist
and
mask maker.
Yeah. So this is a long podcast, and I don't know if you listen to it on SoundCloud, you'll hear it all of it. But we get into a lot of stuff. So I'm going to give this at the very beginning. Von Grimm Productions, VONGRIMM Productions is where, is it .com?
Yeah.
And Facebook is where you can find him out if you want to, you know, any kind of work done or look at it, you know, get some price quotes, could say. And also, check this podcast out on scurryface.com, Scurryface Radio.
9 to 10 weekdays.
9 to 10 weekdays.
AM.
You know, I didn't try to even go there this time because I would have said 8 to 9. Because I don't know why. It's in my mind all the time.
So check us out and
away we go. All right, guys. So on today's podcast, we got Matt Scott, also Honky Tonk Matt. What's going on, Matt?
Oh, not a whole lot, man. What are y'all doing?
Just hanging out. Like I said, it's a rainy day here in Tennessee.
We're chilling in the studio.
Sweet. Get that Tennessee rainy Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it usually goes, don't it?
Unfortunately, the equator's moving up on us, so
we get a wet Christmas every year. Just about.
I haven't seen a white Christmas since I was probably 8 years old.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been
like you might get that dusting, like you know, like maybe one Christmas you got like just a dust, and then the shit melts at like 11 by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a redneck's perfect Christmas because they get to go play in the mud in their big trucks.
There you go. go mudding in your new clothes you got for Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. That's.
And more than likely, the Monday it's probably gonna be like 70 degrees.
No, it's supposed to be fucking cold.
Oh, is it?
From what I've heard.
So
I know.
Go ahead.
I've heard that we're supposed to get snow Saturday, but I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, with all this warm water out there, it'll just melt it, won't it?
Yeah, unless we get a sudden drop in temperature between now and then.
Oh, then that's just gonna turn it where. Well, I'm gonna go drive my car. I need a new paint job, so I need to go ahead and slide it in the ditch. Well, I need a new bumper. I'm going to go ahead and just slide this in the back of somebody.
Yeah. Let somebody slide it in the back of you, then you ain't got to pay shit. But, Matt, Jimmy's telling me that you, I guess, what would be the word? You make masks?
Yeah, I'm a mask maker and effects artist.
Yeah, effects artist. There you go. See, my mind went.
He does a lot of live videos showing him sculpting and the whole process, so it's definitely entertaining to watch.
It can be. There was a point in a live video the other night I was making that mold that it was literally just me standing there while plaster was setting up.
Oh, well,
So
if
it can be
anybody,
exciting.
Like watching paint dry.
Yeah, sometimes it's exciting. Sometimes it's want to blow your brains out, boring. But
all right,
it's the life I've chosen.
Yeah, well, hey, you get to do something you love, and you're making money off doing it.
Can't go wrong there.
Hell no. So that's why we're hoping we can make money off of this and stop driving forklifts.
Where?
Oh yeah, man.
Where can people watch your live stuff?
I try and link my my Facebook page and my Facebook group, which are both Von Grimm Productions on Facebook.
Which we got their stuff on, or his stuff on our website.
I always
Von
link
Grimm.
those, and but the videos are actually on my personal Facebook. So if you get the link from the pages, then you'll actually be linked to my personal one. That's where I'm doing everything.
Oh, that's cool. Maybe some people will, hit up the Facebook group.
Yeah, you get
By all means.
The one he was working on, has been working on lately. You got to see him sculpt it from start to now.
Yeah, I started out with just a raw armature and throwing clay on it. I did a video just the other day when I made the mold of it, and I'll probably do one tomorrow when I demold it. So,
what are you just making this just to do it to sell to somebody, or is it for somebody specifically?
No, this is just building up stock for the trade shows I'm doing this coming year. I'm gonna be doing, hopefully, if they don't sell out on me, doing 2 trade shows this year. I'm planning on doing, well, one's a trade show, one's a convention. I'm trying to see which type of a show I do better at.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do
getting out there and
what is it?
Testing the waters, like you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Is that one in St. Louis?
No, I'm not exhibiting it at Transworld. I will be there.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna exhibit, but the booths are just above my price range right now. I just can't afford it.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah.
can imagine what them are there.
That's top of the line there, ain't it?
Yeah, that's where I plan to be in a couple of years.
Yeah.
But no, this year I'm gonna do Walker Stalker here in town. I'm planning on having a booth there.
Speaking of that, man, I just bought the buy one get 3 free tickets today.
Sweet.
So we'll guess we'll be running into you.
Yeah, man. I'll have an artist booth there, and I'm planning on being at Midwest Hunters Convention. They're actually 2 weeks apart, so I'll have a busy May this coming year.
Where's the Hunter Convention at?
Midwest Hunters Convention is in Cincinnati.
I think
it's-
I talked. Are they the same ones that do Transworld? Not
It's the same company that does both shows.
okay, yeah. Because I messaged them about promoting for them.
Yeah, it's the same company that do both shows. Midwest is a smaller trade show.
And that's for everybody, right?
Yeah, the show floor is smaller. It's more open to the public, whereas Transworld has in the last few years, they've kind of gotten a little stricter on who can go to the show. You have to be affiliated with a haunt. You have to have credentials to a haunted attraction.
I can go to trade. I can go to one now since I don't know how they do with. I guess any haunt, as long as it's a haunt, it qualifies, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, as long as they're a haunted attraction, they register their name with the association, and they're good.
Yeah, I imagine like something like that. You would need to kind of slow down how many all the the public coming in, because if people are trying to wheel and deal, for their
that's
attraction,
kind of,
it's like if you got the public just walking through, like, hey man, you got that over in a
yeah, and that's kind of what happened with them is there's a that's why I made the distinction when I was saying earlier is that few people are clear on a difference between a trade show and a convention. Like a trade show, people are there to make money. They're there to sell their company, their products, and that's their main motivation. Whereas convention, it's more oriented to entertain the fans and give the fans a connection to what they're there to see. So a few years ago at Transworld, they were having people showing up in costume that were just there walking around the show floor trying to scare people. And like, people are trying to sell products. They don't need you in their booth trying to scare people.
Yeah.
So they passed a rule a few years ago that you couldn't come in costume unless you were affiliated with a company that was exhibiting. And if you are affiliated with that company, you can only be in costume at the booth. You can't be walking the show floor in costume.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I saw a post about that or something, but they were cracking down on stuff like that. But don't they have pretty much like really small setup haunts just so people can experience the props and everything?
Some exhibitors will do that. And they've got the dark zone, which is where they've got a lot of the bigger animatronic props, and that's kind of like you're walking through a haunted house.
That would be cool though, just to be able to go to.
That's why I wanted to go, just to
just
Transworld,
to be able to see all the new stuff, like what people are working on.
Transworld is such a fun show. I've gone every year since 2014. I think it was the first year I went, 2014 or 15. And I've been wanting to go for several years before that, but I finally got to go when I was working with Death Yard in Hendersonville. And
by the way, an amazing haunt. Just want to say that.
Appreciate it. We gave it our best. Our location was just tough. No one could find us.
Yeah, I know, man. I got to experience it twice, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, and then when Carol made the announcement, I was like, oh shit, why?
Yeah,
but
luckily we were able to join forces with Nashville Nightmare, and
I considered the number 1 and 2 in my book. You partner them together, and you fuck can't be stopped.
There you go. And now we got number 1 in the country at Nashville Nightmare, and quickly approaching, if not already, the number 1 outdoor attraction now with Nashville Haunted Woods.
Well, all I can say is, it was a perfect person to do that, because I know Carol is.
Couldn't agree more.
Carol, that's where that's where he got his start, is outdoor haunts. Right.
He loves outdoor haunted houses.
So.
Yeah. It was a fun hunt. That hunt was fun. It was.
God, the amount of time in 1 year he was able to set all that up, and that's phenomenal.
And he was out there
like 35 to 40.
Oh yeah, I seen him posting on all the social media. Him out there before daylight.
Out there before daylight, after daylight, in all weather and temperatures.
Yeah, he's definitely he is quite.
Imagine the fucking mosquitoes that were out there doing something.
Dude, he had a pill bottle, a little like medicine bottle full of ticks that he'd collected through the summer, that he would find on him as he's working.
Wow.
I was like, dude, that's exactly
what you do indoors.
I think you put it in the voodoo scene. But yeah, that's exactly. I told him, I was like, dude, that's why I do indoor haunts. I don't like the bugs. I don't like the.
That'd be that's what I was like. Damn, the fucking ticks, just all the mosquitoes being out there. You're right next to the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just you got.
I mean, I was out there one time back in the summer, just walking through to see what he'd done, and I was on the cleared path. I didn't even go off into the brush, and I found a tick on me. So I can only imagine.
Did he? I know it's hard to do, but did he try to spray stuff just to try to calm it down?
I don't know if they sprayed like the woods themselves, but I know he was going through off and all sorts of stuff all season. But yeah, I don't know if they were able to spray out there, because I know some of the trees out there they have marked for I guess for the preservation. Yeah, because there's certain trees they had marked with ribbon that bats would like nest in.
Well, you want the bats there just for the whole fact to kill all the other fucking shit.
The bugs.
Yeah, all the bugs.
Right. Yeah.
And then it'd be cool just to have bats flying around there.
Absolutely. That's what I said. Like, dude, how cool would it be to just have bats fly through your haunted house?
That would have been awesome.
You can't get in trouble.
You know how scary that would be though? Like
what if one attacks somebody?
But what if you're like walking and then like 4 or 5 bats come whizzing by? You're like, man, that was the best special effects I've ever seen in my life.
Man, they made it seem like there were real bats in there. Yeah, exactly. We sure did.
Then one of them hits you in the face. And you're like, that is a real bat. Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's like Jurassic Park. We spared no expense.
I was about to say, y'all done trained some bats.
Oh shit!
Yeah, next time I talk to Carol, I'm gonna tell him that. I'm like, man, y'all need to train some bats.
Have a bat wrangler.
Yeah.
Have like a feeding system where they just you fly through. Like
Yeah, have wires up with a bunch of different fruit and like insects.
They just fly through it. Like, who fuck? What the fuck?
Or just put them on a string and just whiz them back and
PETA
forth.
would probably come by and say that it's wrong.
Yeah. But, yes, so speaking of haunts, you know, one night I got to go to a haunt here, which Matt already told you this, but I got to help out with a scene, and I didn't do the scaring, just helping out with what I did. Mm-hmm. I got that bug.
Oh, yeah.
So now, as you know, I'm wanting to, been developing my own character. Which Matt is, I've fortunately got having Matt make the mask for me.
What's it look like?
I'm
Matt?
excited, man.
Matt, what's the mask look like?
I am not at liberty to say.
Oh damn! I was hoping to catch you there, Matt. I was hoping on something, seeing how good, you know.
Dude, my day job, I have to sign non-disclosure agreements. I'm used to keeping secrets.
Well, he's even keeping it from me because I don't even know what it's going to look like.
Oh, well, damn, that's fucked up.
I just kind of told him what, you know, kind of a little backstory, and I still have yet to figure out what clothes he's going to wear. I don't know how it would, like.
Well, he's the devil, right?
Well, he's the devil. He's the bastard son of the devil.
Well, you'd obviously have to wear cheaper, like what the devil would wear.
I'm not going to wear suits and shit.
But what the devil wear, but then you'd have to wear a cheaper version of that. What you could do is wear what's it called?
What's that stuff from Walmart? What's that brand? There's a
Faded Glory.
George.
There you go, George. I think them are like the George suit pants which now I don't feel like. Do you think Rafe is going to be a guy that wears suits?
What's the?
I liked your second costume idea you sent me.
What did I say?
The like the bibbed overalls and
okay,
that kind of a look.
Yeah, that was when I had
you
it.
You could wear the bibbed overalls with a sports coat.
There you go.
Hey, yeah.
Like,
I just hope it ain't.
Because I mean, you got to be a salesman. See, the devil wears a suit because he's a salesman.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Sounds like it.
What if I get black overalls?
That'd be cool.
But I mean, isn't that like the devil? Like I see him wearing a suit because like he's trying to sell you something all the fucking time.
And I shouldn't have a shirt underneath it either. Under the overalls.
No, you should be like Marcel Ledbetter, bibbed overalls, no shirt underneath it.
Oh yeah.
But then maybe like I do like the idea of having a suit jacket.
Like over but
like,
you don't have no
undershirt.
Like you're trying to church it up just a little bit.
What if I had a dirty ass wife beater on?
That'd look good too.
Yeah, have a stain and the shit and
like a big tobacco juice stain down the front of it.
Oh yeah. And then I was thinking too, you know, because I can, you know, you heard the little promos I made, right? Did I send them promos to you?
What's up?
Did I send those promos to you?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Where I said something about your soul is mine, I was thinking of like, I don't know if it have I bet since, you know, having the more hillbilly, maybe like try to find like a clear moonshine jug.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to try to put something on the outside of it that looks like souls are flying around inside the jug.
Mm-hmm.
And put lights off inside of it, and so it'll glow. And
that'd be cool.
Technically,
I happen to know
one of the mosquito ones. Like
you happen to know
fairy in a jar.
Yeah.
So I happen to know a guy who's got a clear gallon jug sitting in his house right now.
The glass one.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
But if you're able to make, have you ever seen them fairies in a jar?
Could you make one just out of? Could you make one like out of like use that to mold it or whatever, and just make it so it ain't heavy?
Possibly.
Okay, I didn't, you know, because, you know, thinking about, you know, carrying that damn thing around all night, that just get.
Well, and plus it's breakable.
Yeah, that too, and then maybe I could slap somebody over.
Why not
here
just
with
use a milk
one.
jug?
Well, it would look better if it was
That'd be fucked up. You're carrying around a milk jug full of souls.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I got this Mayfield jug. It's just plumb full of sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it, Johnny.
Boys, I got this Mayfield jug full of shows.
Woo,
You
boy.
want to get in with it?
Yeah, and then that can be where my water is, so I can drink it, just so I
There
can
you
keep
go.
my throat lubed up. But I'm
Keep
like,
yourself hydrated.
yes, I'm sipping on my souls. You wanna join or something like that? But yeah, I talked to Carol yesterday on the way to Nashville for a family get together, and I was trying to get his advice, and he said make sure to plenty of water and was it butterscotch candy?
Butterscotch, any real hard candy is gonna be good. To just,
Peppermint candy is good for your throat.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a natural.
but yeah, hydration, man. I tell every actor at the haunted house,
Yeah,
drink water, drink water, drink water.
Because he's sweating. Jimmy, he sweats like a motherfucker anyways.
Well,
You look at him, he starts sweating.
especially if I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have to find a damn jacket that's thin as possible. But
Yeah.
and that's another thing too. If that mask, I don't know how you're gonna do it around the eyes. Were they gonna be like, that go just around my eyes, or is it gonna be a big ass hole?
No, I mean
Big
it's
asshole?
gonna be. No,
gonna
the
have
mask
a big
will not have a
asshole.
big asshole.
He's got
Right
a
in
big
the middle of the
asshole
forehead.
right on his forehead.
Shut up, Johnny.
It's all right.
Fucker.
I'm
No, I mean they'll be a little oversized from your natural eye. I usually try and have the eye cutout stop around the eyebrow and right at the peak of the cheekbone. Just because I want people to be able to have full visibility when they're wearing a mask.
That's too. I want it so, like I said, I can see you too, and because these masks you buy off the internet, the holes are real small, and you got to keep adjusting and everything.
The one I was wearing all season at National Nightmare this year, there was an orc mask from Immortal, and when I put it on, the eyes of the mask actually rested right on my eyelid. So like it would distort my vision, so I had to make this little like headband with a spacer on it that I would wear underneath it to keep it pushed down about a half an inch.
So, but
What did you
I
say?
guess I would have to paint my
Friday the 13th, part 2. You know, Sackhead Jason.
Oh yeah, we had to tape it down.
Yeah, they taped it down so that I could stay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking I would do. Maybe get some of the glue and glue the mask around my eyes so it don't move, and I could still, have my facial expressions and you can see it. Maybe.
Yeah.
What would it do to the mask, the glue?
I guess if you use the what's it the what's the what the hell is that glue called? The spirit glue?
Oh, dude.
No.
Don't use spirit gum.
Oh no, well that's what they the cheap glue.
Spirit gum is the bane of my existence.
Oh my bad. So what kind of glue then?
My favorite glue to use is it's called Prozaid.
Okay.
It's a water-based prosthetic adhesive. It was
Prosthetic is the word I was looking for.
Yeah. It was actually used, or originally before they started marketing it as a special effects adhesive, it was designed as the adhesive to go on bumper stickers.
Oh, well, makes sense.
So and then I guess somebody's like, I'm gonna put this on my face and see what happens.
You know, Silly String was originally going to be like a cast in a can.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Wow.
like it was going to be like, and then the people that created it, of course, seen how far it would shoot.
Yeah.
We can make this into a kids thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank God they changed the formula. Just have kids run around spraying casts on things.
Yeah, but how in the fuck would that work as a cast, anyways? Like, I mean, maybe the formula would have been different, but come on, you need a to-go cast. Like, if you need a fucking to-go cast, you got issues.
Yeah.
So they can put the cast on you from across the ER.
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy, hold your arm out.
I
I
can't.
got you, bro.
I can't. But yeah, that's the one. And then you said you was gonna do a 2-part mask, right? Is the top gonna actually go over top of my head like a regular mask?
Yeah, it'll. The idea I've got for it now is it'll wrap around the back of your head and over your ears, and it'll basically be under the cheek and across the upper lip, and then the jaw piece will actually be underneath that section. So
Would it be
it'll
kind
be
of like Corey's mask from Slipknot? something similar?
Similar, yeah.
Okay.
It'll be just like that video I sent you where he put the jaw piece on first,
Did it have a string? Was it a string that or like
it was an elastic band?
band? Yeah.
So as you move your mouth, the jaw moves with you, but then the top of the head stays in place.
Oh yeah, that's because like I said when I first messaged you, I was looking on Amazon for all these devil masks, and I was like, man, it's just not what I want. And I was like, Matt, I knew it was gonna be, it ain't gonna be cheap, but
Volume's really low.
yeah, I knew it wasn't gonna be cheap. So, but if I want to do this and do it the right way, I'm gonna.
Yeah, man. And like I said, I like to make all of my stuff with actors in mind, because where I've worked with haunts and I've been an actor and I've worked with actors, I know things that bother actors. I know things that actors complain about, and so I try and make sure the masks are comfortable and they're functional and you can see and hear and breathe in them easily.
Yeah, that's I need to eventually. I'm gonna have to order my contacts.
Is it gonna have pointy ears?
I can't say.
What?
But I've been growing my goatee out. So, is the chin? Is it gonna be covered up?
With the initial idea I had, it would be, but we can make something work on it to where it can be.
Can't
we
you
can
just
feature
add
the
a
goatee.
to the mask?
Yeah, because I was like, I seen all the masks and typical, had the.
Can the mask not have a goatee?
Oh, I guess it could. But,
Yeah, I can put a goatee on the mask.
that'd probably be
I mean,
better.
that
Then I
way-
wouldn't have to dye my goatee black.
Well, but
Yeah.
it would also stay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we can put a goatee on the mask, or if you wanted, I can make a hole in the mask where we can pull your actual goatee through it. But I think a goatee on the mask will probably look.
Would it be like a plastic or would it be like actual hair glued
No,
onto the
it would be actual hair. I would actually lay hair on it and glue it on.
Sweet.
would it be some of
Glue
your
hair
own
on it
hair?
and style it. Do what?
Would it be some of your own hair?
Johnny,
No,
Johnny,
I don't have long enough hair to do that anymore. I used to have long hair.
Hey,
Just use your
what
back
if we
hair.
wait till closer to time when the mask, and I'm gonna get Johnny to grow his beard out longer.
You don't want to use
Okay.
my beard.
Why?
My beard's all frail looking. That shit's all stringy looking.
No, I was just playing.
No, I got a big bag of yak hair.
Then
Yeah,
you could
hell yeah.
then you could use Just for Men, the black.
Yeah.
And then,
Dye my.
Grecian number 5.
yeah.
Yeah, well, my goatee ain't it's kind of splotchy, so it probably wouldn't work anyways.
Your goatee would work. You just have to let it grow.
I'm letting it grow. I hadn't trimmed it in a month, so it's a lot longer than it. Because the
growing really
reason
slow,
I
man.
thought about it, because I got out of the shower one day and I just twisted it and had two little.
His goatee's growing really slow if it's been up just.
Well, look at my head.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a bald motherfucker.
I am too.
But do we go with devil horns? I don't know if we maybe look like
He
sawed
can't
off.
tell you.
Hey, what if they're
He's
sawed
not even
off?
telling
Like
me if there's
he
pointy
said-
fucking ears.
No, listen. He said, "Fuck my dad." I'm not gonna be like him. And he saws his fucking horns off, kind of like Hellboy.
Like Hellboy.
Yeah.
Or have one horn sawed off because he's like a piece of shit devil.
Oh, when he didn't realize how painful it was gonna be, so he's like, "Fuck
Like
that
or
hurt."
he broke one horn and
Dude.
it's like,
Yeah, make it look like one's half broken and it's just hanging.
yeah.
Kind of like almost
'Cause
like,
he's
what's that dude? The monster, Little Monsters.
Oh.
He had one horn, looked like it was down.
Oh my
Oh,
god! I haven't seen
No,
that
it
movie
was
forever.
it was Howard Mandel.
Maurice.
Yeah, the tip of his horn was held on by a ring, wasn't it?
I think so. It's been years since I've seen
God,
that movie.
man,
Hey,
I
what
forgot all
if
about
we
that
incorporate that, like a little homage to that, like
Yeah,
with the ring, like have a ring holding it on? I'm just
Yeah, we-
saying that would be pretty funny.
we could do something like that. Make a little nod to Little Monsters.
I haven't
Yeah, 'cause-
seen that movie in forever, dude.
I
It makes
love
me want to
that
go
movie.
rewatch that movie.
Dude,
Yeah.
I've watched clips of that movie like in the last few years, and I forgot how scary that movie
Yeah.
was as a kid.
Which
Especially
I,
that
didn't,
big
I don't know if I
motherfucker.
ever thought it was scary though.
Well,
As a
like I don't
kid.
think it scared me as a kid, but looking back on it now, going, what the hell?
Yeah,
this
like
is a
what were
kid's
we
movie.
watching?
Like when you see Boy for the first time, and like they do the reveal of Boy, and it pans around him. and you see he's just got skin pulled back on his face, and he's a monster underneath it. That's fucking terrifying.
Watch that movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
I thought we were friends, Brian.
God, I forgot all about that movie.
Is that a horror movie? Is that considered horror?
I mean, I would consider, like, looking at it now, I would consider it a kid's horror movie. Okay. Like, I would consider it in the same vein as, like, Monster Squad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's not... It's not overly, like, terrifying, but there's definitely moments in it that were scary.
So would you call it like a horror comedy movie?
Yeah, I would.
I would classify it as a horror comedy.
Yeah.
Man,
maybe that's why I like horror comedy so much.
I probably like horror comedies more than I like straight horror.
Oh yeah,
that's how I am. But
we keep referring to it.
But see, I was watching a movie and it's called Hobo with a Shotgun.
Oh yes.
And have you ever seen
Hobo
it,
with a
Jimmy?
Shotgun.
It's got Ricky from
Trailer Park Boys.
Oh shit!
I don't know his real name, and it's also got the Sam. Is it Sam? The guy that hooks up, like, you know, they think that he's Sasquatch.
He thinks he's Sasquatch?
Yeah, in the movie or in the Trailer Park Boys, you know, he's out there living like he was
a
veterinarian.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's got him in a part of it. But I don't know, like, there's a lot of gore in it, and just ridiculous. Like,
it's definitely an exploitation film.
Yeah, because he's like, you know, when life gives you razor blades and bats, you put razor blades on bats. And he hits this guy one time, and his whole fucking stomach cuts open, and all of his intestines fall out. And I was like, I just shut it off. I was like, I got halfway through the movie, and I think I've gotten that far before in it.
What's it on?
It's on Hulu.
Oh, fuck.
I love Hobo. I have a DVD of Hobo with a Shotgun. I like it that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I'm not in the mood for this.
Same with Wolf Cop.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
Dude, I almost watched that the other day.
That movie got made. That won a contest on a website and got $1 million to make it made.
I almost watched that movie the other day.
Wolf Cop has probably my favorite / most disturbing werewolf transformation in it.
Oh, it's fuck. He eats his own flesh, don't he?
No, wait. That's off of. That's off of.
No, it's
called.
he.
Oh,
it's
him.
Hemlock Grove.
The werewolf transformation starts at his dick.
Oh my god!
Oh shit! I have to watch it again. I don't know why.
Well, like he's at the urinal in the bathroom, and it like splits open like a banana.
Oh, does it show?
Dude.
I can't remember. Does it show it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I have to watch it again. I know they're supposed to be coming out with part 2.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I need to watch.
The only reason I knew about Wolf Cop is because I was helping somebody in Canada try to get their movie win that contest.
Dude, Canadian horror films are incredible. Like, I love that one. Hobo with a Shotgun's Canadian. Tucker and Dale versus Evil is Canadian.
Is that Canadian?
Yeah.
That's fucking good. See, like, I prefer a movie like that. But like Hobo with Shotgun, like, I'm not big in the over the top gore, I guess.
Yeah, Hobo with a Shotgun is very, very exploitative gore.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't get into that shit as much.
Well, see, I like that style, like where it's an exploitation and it's kind of tongue in cheek, as opposed to, like, I don't like the Hostel movies or any of the torture, what I call torture porn movies. I'm not really a fan of.
Yeah.
Like, at least Hobo with a Shotgun, like, it's aware of what it is.
Yeah.
And it's very like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, it knows that the stuff it's doing is ridiculous and over the top.
Well, this ain't an actual full length movie. But what was that one that was made in Canada? The Christmas trees.
Tree Venge.
Have you seen that?
I have not seen Tree Venge, but that sounds like it's right up my alley.
It's got a couple people from Trailer Park Boys in it.
Yeah, J-Rock and what's her name?
What's the guy that died? Mr.
Jim Leahy's daughter.
Yeah, it's got his
actual daughter. But you can look that up on YouTube. That's a funny.
I'm gonna check that out tonight.
The trees turn.
Yeah, we did a commentary over it on a podcast one time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's a funny movie.
And the voices of the tree are kind of like gremlins almost, ain't they?
I don't
They
remember.
got oh
yeah.
That's how they talk to each other.
Well, dude, that's
It's
why
like
I love the movie Rubber
I haven't seen that.
about the killer tire.
Oh! I think I've seen something like that.
It was a psychic killer tire that went from town to town murdering people.
I've seen if I hadn't seen the movie, I've seen clips of it where the tires is mutilating.
Like I watched Rubber all the way through, but I couldn't make it through Sharknado.
Oh, that. And it's crazy. So many people want to be a part of that. Just I guess because of the goofiness of it or whatever.
I don't understand how there's so many Sharknado movies, but I can't get my movie Bear Shark made.
Bear Shark. Wow.
Bear Shark.
That sci-fi should damn already have bought that from you.
I know. And I can already see the tagline: 50% bear, 50% shark, 100% screwed.
Hold on. Is it bear shark down the middle, or is it bear legs, shark head? Is it shark fin, bear head?
It's like a bear's body, but it also has a shark tail and a shark fin and shark teeth, but a bear's head. So it can swim in the water like a shark, but it can also come out on land like a bear.
Okay, so would it still have its 4 legs?
It would have 4 legs, but it would always be upright.
Okay, so the tail comes out as ass.
What I'm picturing with the bear shark.
It kind of looks like Godzilla.
Oh.
What I'm picturing with bear shark is bare feet, the bare lower half, and then he's got these little flipper arms, and he's like, I can't get him! Oh my god!
And he's got claws on the end of his. What?
But that's
he has grizzly bear claws on the end of his fins.
Yeah, that's the immediate fucking thing that went to mind. But he's got like a hairy bear chest too, like his shark chest is hairy.
Is it possible, Matt, that you could make a small scale mock-up of this?
I could probably make a maquette of Bear Shark.
You'd have to for people to know what bear shark is. I think
that's I guarantee it. If you was to take a picture of that, well, you don't want to do that because then if you send the picture, then they'll try to copy you and not pay you.
But you'd have to like have things drawn up so people could be like, "Oh, bear shark, got you."
And I wish I could take full credit for Bear Shark, but that came from a couple of us at Ripley's. One day we were all sitting around talking, and we're just like, Bear Shark.
What if though half of it was like shark, like down the middle, so you got like one leg that's a fin?
It just wouldn't be possible for him to walk.
Why not? You can do whatever you want to in your own movie.
Is this bear gonna hop around?
He just flounders in circles.
Yeah. And when he swims, like he's just swimming in a fucking circle.
Yeah, he
because he's always menacing.
He's not gonna
like
live
when he
very
moves,
long.
like he just moves like this. Like
he's not gonna. He eventually works his way.
Yeah,
to where
he works
his
way to you in a circle.
Yeah, he swims in it's like an oval pattern.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he swims in an oval and he's working his way to you. I'll get to you eventually. Okay.
People are like, this is his strategy. And no, it's just how he swims.
Yeah. This is his strategy. No, that's just how he is.
See, this movie would be classic.
Oh,
it would have a cult following for sure.
I mean, I've got tons of these.
Bear Shark pissed off about?
I don't know. He's a bear shark.
His father, the shark, abandoned him as a child, as a cub.
He is upset that his mother, who was in the Great Outdoors, and his father, who was in Jaws, both were mistreated by humans.
So, Jaws is his dad.
Bruce from Jaws is his dad.
Okay.
And the grizzly bear from the Great Outdoors is its mom.
Okay, we need a CGI of this impregnation happening.
So
I want to see this shark boning.
His mama got lost and ended up down in Florida.
Where? Well, no, it's in New Jersey or up there, isn't it?
It was
they got
not
bears
New Jersey.
in New Jersey.
It was Amity, New York.
Okay, yeah.
They got bears.
Yeah, they got bears.
I don't know, they got bears up there, up in the Northeast.
Yeah, so I guess the bear wanders off into the ocean and gets fucked by a shark.
Like it's trying to get the salmon and it's just getting waylaid. I mean, Bruce is just like, hold on, babe, hold on.
I think we're vastly overthinking bear shark.
Yes, we are. We have fucking
Well,
way.
you know,
beyond.
if you're gonna well, I guess you don't have to have it actually made by Mother Nature.
This is just a fan theory of the backstory of bear shark. See, we're not estimate. We're just fan theory.
I guess
it's
this
actually
could be like a doc.
It's actually just eugenics gone wrong is what happens.
Yeah, I mean that's how it'd have to be. Like,
but
in
it
a
would be
lab,
so much funner if the shark was boning.
They're like, what if we could get shark?
Bear shark escaped. Bear shark escaped from the Hawkins laboratory from Stranger Things.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know why. I just like the idea of the shark boning a bear. That just seems funny as hell to see. The bear back there, like, yeah, get it, get it, get it.
You just hear the bear.
That really turns him on because then he says it sounds like a dolphin.
And then he's like holding it down with his fins, like, hold on, Stuthen, hold on. Nice.
And that's when the ASPCA gets called.
Yeah.
Cannot have sharks boning bears.
Yeah. This is an X-rated movie now. Yeah, you're gonna have to cut that scene. Sorry. What?
There will be no animal porn in this.
Yeah. No bestiality in the film.
It ain't bestiality if it's an animal on animal.
It's interspecies erotica.
Yeah. Interspecies erotica. There's probably some dude that would actually like that shit.
I'm sure there is.
Like if they're listening, it's like, oh my god, please make that film.
I will pay you millions.
I'm sure there's some weirdos out there.
Oh, that's funny.
What if someone comes up to you and asks you to make them a? Well, I guess they got the blow up doll sheeps and stuff.
Do they?
Yeah.
See, I don't live in the same world you do. I don't go down.
That's like when I looked up the penis mask that was in that movie Door 1 and 5 Doors of Hell.
Yeah.
They got actual penis masks. Well, you probably seen it. So I was scrolling down on Amazon, and they make a complete lower half for a man to put on, and it gives him a vagina.
I had a guy contact me one time about making him a pair of fake breasts he could wear.
Well, I mean, I could see that. Like, if you have a costume, you're gonna.
I don't think it's a
No,
costume.
it wasn't for cosplay.
Well, you never know.
Well, I guess he just wants to look himself in the mirror.
Well, because I asked him, I was like, well, how detailed are you wanting these things? And he wanted them to be full anatomically correct, and I think he was trying to see if I could make them functional.
How do you make them functional?
I don't know, hook them up to bags of milk. I don't know.
Oh, so he's got like a lactation fetish or something?
I guess. I turned the job down.
Yeah,
I was like, dude, I don't think I'm the guy for you. I'm sorry.
I mean, I can make you some breasts, but I ain't making no milk squirting out of them, dude.
I mean, I've made my fair share of pantyhose filled with rice, fake boobs for movies, but I don't feel like sculpting anything that's gonna be worn for that sort of stuff.
Oh,
you never know that could have been in a movie.
When people listen to this podcast, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
If they're listening to this on scaryface.com, Scaryface Radio, and they hit it just right now, they're probably gonna be like, "What the fuck are these guys talking about?"
I'll be like, I don't know who this Matt Scott guy is, but he's a weirdo.
They'll be like, Tennessee Horror News. Why are they talking about
lactation
and fake breasts?
This Matt Scott guy, I'm never ordering anything from him. He's a pervert.
He's a prevert, man.
Yeah,
prevert.
He makes lactate and breast.
I'm a dirty old man. I'm just ahead of my time.
I cannot do this, guys.
Oh.
Cannot believe these guys would talk about that stuff.
Matt, we got to ask you, because, when we did our live video, you referenced, I think, how did we get onto the whole the wrestling thing on that one? We just started talking about wrestling?
Yeah,
I commented on your Bullet Club shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And it doesn't take much.
Speaking of that, are you going to try to make it to Minnesota Auditorium?
I'm going to try real hard.
I'm thinking. We found some. The guy that we're going to be going with found some seats on the floor, 5 rows back from the ring, for $55 a piece.
It's not bad.
No.
Is that after taxes and fees?
Yeah. That's 5 people divided up by 5.
Dang.
whatever, and 55 piece. It's like $3.11 for everybody.
Anyway.
That means you might be at a 2 suite, or, well, 1 suite, my bad, don't. You might be at a 1 suite.
Or they went back to 2 suite. They pulled the cease and desist letter.
What?
Yep, they're back.
They hadn't
They're
showed
back
it
to
on
2 suite.
They hadn't showed it on Being the Elite yet, then. Unless I didn't missed it. Do you watch Being the Elite?
Oh,
okay, that's their little YouTube show.
Now, usually most of what I keep up with on that front is through Chase Owens' Facebook page.
Chase Owens. Sorry.
Who's Chase Owens?
He's a buddy of mine from Virginia.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Who's actually over in Japan more than he's here in the States anymore, and he's a Bullet Club guy.
Oh, that's cool. I like to go to Japan.
Oh, he's with Bullet Club?
Yeah.
Sweet. Too sweet.
He's the real deal Chase Owens, or the crown jewel is what he is now.
Which, I guess, does he come out there like a Bad Luck Fale and all that? Trying to think, because I watch, the ones I watch, of course, it comes on Access TV, so it's pretty far behind.
Yeah.
They got long brown hair?
Yeah, he's got kind of like shoulder length brown hair.
Just look him up.
Well, I'm just saying because there's one that Jim Ross keeps calling damn Hangman Page, and it's not Hangman Page.
I
think
Chase,
it might
got about shoulder length brown hair. Usually comes out.
I think it's the one Jim Ross keeps calling Hangman Page, and it's not Hangman Page.
Could be. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Jim Ross is losing his mind a little bit. Even though he's a phenomenal
legend.
Yeah, he's a legend, but yeah,
he's a legend who's been in the business for so long. God only knows how many things he's ingested.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
My God!
My God!
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine how the '80s were.
Stop the damn match!
You got an awesome impersonation of Jim Ross.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Send me his barbecue sauce real quick. No.
Well, see, the thing is, I can't do the JR's barbecue sauce without going into Oklahoma for WCW. Well, it's the best barbecue sauce in the world. I'm gonna put it on everything.
All right, this is the section. If you're a horror fan, you probably want to leave because now it's Wrestle Talk.
But it's crazy how many people that I've noticed that are all.
Yeah.
I guess we're all carnies because we like horror movies, haunted houses, wrestling, and then like magic. Like
magic is talking about like magic or the game magic.
No, like stage magic, like Vegas.
Oh, I love fucking stage magic. Yes. Don't even,
dude. When I was a kid, that was the first job I wanted to have was a magician.
You know what pissed me off is when they showed the reveal of how they did the spaceship disappearing. Everybody was on a fucking moving stage.
Yeah, they just moved the stage 20 feet to the right.
Yeah. Well, same way, like when he made the Empire, not the Empire State Building, but the Statue of Liberty disappear and all that shit.
Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure that's a federal offense, Lanceberg.
Cops show up and arrest him.
That would have been the best ending to that like illusion.
Oh, that would have been like fake cops.
You see a bunch of cops.
David,
what are they called? Would they be called the Port Authority? You see them all fucking flying up on boats.
They just show up the whole time. He's going, "No, it's a trick! It's a trick!"
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Did you hear like David Copperfield? And we're going to go way back. He got robbed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they robbed his entourage, like all of his people coming out, and like he just fucking sleight of handed his fucking wallet, and like he pulled it out of his pocket, and he was like, "Yeah, look, pocket's empty," and he had it in his fucking hand the whole time.
Yep.
The fucking people left.
So he
come on.
Yeah, everybody else got fucking robbed.
Like, he can't make his fucking wallet disappear, dude. Like you gonna fucking just rob David Copperfield, like fucking master illusion.
Give me all your money. What are you talking about? I don't have a wallet.
I got your gun though. What the fuck? How did he get my gun?
Give me all your money, dude. I'm a magician. I don't have any money.
That'd be fucked.
All right, I want to ask you, how did you get into? I know so your love of wrestling, of course, but how did you actually get into actual wrestling?
Like how did I become a wrestler?
Yeah, there you go.
Did you go to school?
I didn't go to a quote unquote wrestling school. I was see, I was in probably 8th grade, 9th grade, and I was watching local wrestling on TV back in Upper East Tennessee, where I'm from, up in the Tri-Cities area. And they were doing a commercial and said they were going to be at the elementary school that was just literally across the street and over the hill from my house.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I called my best friend, who was equally as into wrestling as I was. I was like, dude, you're coming over this weekend. We're going to watch wrestling. So we walked to the show. We walked uphill in the snow.
Both ways.
Both ways. And we're sitting there watching the show, and we both kind of look at each other and have this aha moment of go, let's be wrestlers. So here's these two, overweight, like 7th and 8th grade kids who have watched wrestling on TV. We're like, we can do this. So I talked to one of the wrestlers. I was like, hey, how can I start training to be a wrestler? And they told me, I said, well, show up next month. We're doing another show here next month. Show up, help us set up the ring and set up the chairs, and we'll show you how to do some wrestling moves. So I do it. I set up the ring. I set up the chairs. And then they proceeded to beat the shit out of me for about an hour and a half.
What about your friend? Was he there?
He was there too, and they did the same thing to him.
Like, we're going to show these boys what's hit.
So how was it taking your first... Go ahead, sorry.
Taking my first what?
Bump.
Oh, taking my first bump? Painful. Because I hit my head basketballed off the canvas.
Ooh, I bet that
so I was dizzy immediately. Skinned both my elbows.
Oh, God.
And then had to get up and immediately take another one. Because we did bumps for about 15 minutes straight. Just bump up, bump up, bump up. And each month you'd come back and they'd beat the shit out of you a little bit less. And then finally they looked at me one night, and granted, you'd get the shit kicked out of you, you'd watch the show, and then you help tear down at the end of the show. So you
kind of like I guess kind of like how NXT does.
Yeah, I mean it's paying your dues.
Yeah, it's what do they call that? Not an internship, but
it's
development.
No, there's a word for it. But
yeah, but basically it's just you're a punching bag for them to. And a lot of times they'd be like, "Hey, we want to try something, kid, come here," and they would try out like a new move on you that they didn't know if it was going to hurt you or not.
Yeah, that's what I'm sitting here thinking.
Get dropped.
So you're like a crash. You're a crash test dummy. And then finally, the promoter looked at me and said, "All right, put this mask on, put these tights on. You're going to go out in this match." And at this point, I was just like the kid on the show that trips on things. No one knew who I was. So I go out. I forget. I think they called me. Actually, I remember now. I'm thinking about it. They called me a name that was. It was actually a rib they'd pull on young guys, where they would call this move that doesn't exist. They would call a thunder drag, and then shoot you off. So they called me Thunder Drag 14 and a half. So here I come out, and I did nothing but just get slammed around this match.
So you was a jobber.
Oh, I wasn't even a jobber.
Oh shit!
He was a squash match.
A squash would have been a step up from where I was.
Oh god!
I was a squish. And then the next month, they say they're actually going to put me in my official first match, where I actually come out as myself. And I do the match. It was a 6-man tag. Don't remember most of it. Don't remember half the guys that ran it. I did the match. It felt like it went really fast. And then I'm in the back, and I start to take my gear off. They're like, no. We have a battle royal.
Oh, my God.
I was like, okay. And then I go, wait a minute. I don't know how to go over the top rope. I haven't learned that yet. So one of the veteran wrestlers goes, it's easy. When they go to throw you, just grab the middle rope, throw yourself over the top, and pray.
Oh, my God.
And pray you don't break your neck or something.
Yeah. And he was like, and when you feel resistance on that middle rope, let go, and then you'll topple to the floor. So I'm like, okay.
You missed the middle rope, didn't you?
No, I caught it, but I didn't let go of it in time.
Oh, shit, it snapped.
So what happened is when my weight got to where it was pulling against the rope, it just whipped both of my heels into the cross brace on the ring. So I just immediately got 2 stone bruises on the backs of my heels.
Wow.
And then smacked face first onto the hardwood floor.
Oh my god! And everybody in the fucking place watching was probably like, "Yeah!"
Well, the whole front row went, "Oh God!"
Yeah,
that was real.
So I get up and I'm hobbling my way to the back because both of my ankles are bruised. I get to the back of the promoter, goes, "What the hell happened?" Like, apparently I didn't pray.
What about your buddy? Was he wrestling still, or?
He wasn't wrestling at that point. He's still doing it as far as I know. But he waited a little bit longer before he went full bore on it. Because I was a little bit older than he was.
Oh, okay.
So I was able to drive before he was, so I could drive myself to shows. My mom didn't know I was actually wrestling until I was 18.
Oh, wow.
I started when I was 16.
That's back in the day when you didn't have to have your parents' signature, obviously.
Yep.
Liability.
Like, I remember I used to button like polo shirts all the way up so she wouldn't see the chop bruises on my chest.
Oh, wow.
Because I would be split open sometimes.
Golly. I imagine
I'm too big of a pussy to be a wrestler, I think.
Wouldn't it be
dude, and when I was doing it, it had eased up a lot from what it used to be. Like, it used to be they'd break your arm or break your leg first training session.
What?
Yeah, that's how it used to be back in like the 70s and 80s. They would break limbs to make you know that it wasn't for everybody. You had to be tough.
Fuck breaking my arm.
Like, I've always heard a story. I don't know if it's true, but I've always heard a story that Hogan broke several people's arms because the promoter would tell him to do it.
That's a fucking shitty thing to do.
You go break this kid's arm or you'll get yours broken, pretty much. Now, granted, there was still a couple times, even when I was doing it, that promoters would send me out to not to that extent, but just be kind of rough up some kids. Because you still wanted to condition them and let them know, hey, this isn't, especially when they were backyard kids coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, I imagine there's so many backyard kids coming in. Like
there were,
CW
man.
around.
There was a ton of them, and
I could do this.
You would have to do that to them to teach them, like, hey, this is the pros. You're not, in your mommy's backyard anymore. And I remember me and this buddy that I broke into the business with. There was a show we were on, and the show had been canceled, and then it was back on, and it was canceled, and it was back on because it was supposed to snow that day. So they kept like ping-ponging back and forth whether there was going to be a show. And one of the trainees called the promoter and told him, like, I guarantee you if you book the show, there'll be 60 people paid, which would have covered the building. So the promoter's like, all right, if there's not 60 people paid by the time the bell rings, it's going to be coming out of your ass. So the bell rings for the start of the show, and there's 12 people in the crowd.
Oh, my God.
Half of which didn't pay because they were family members. So the promoter pulls me and my buddy Cody aside and goes, when his match is over, you all hit the ring, and you don't stop until you see me step out of the locker room. I'm like, okay. So Cody and I hit the ring. Cody immediately gets on this kid, and I go after the other trainee that he was working with. And I'm working with this kid. I just tell him, like, just stay in the corner and stay out of the way. You'll be fine. Like, this isn't about you. So he just kind of dropped down the corner and rolled out. And then for 20 minutes, we roughed this kid up. Nothing extreme. We didn't, like, I wasn't kicking him in the face or anything like that. But everything we were doing, we were just being stiff. We were laying punches in. I did a senton on him where I dropped all of my weight across his stomach. It's stuff that you would encounter in a match at times.
Yeah.
And then and this kid never once got up and tried to defend himself. And his grandpa was in the front row. So this kid just laid there and took this ass beating. And then finally rolls out of the ring and grabs a chair like he's going to do something. And I've never, to that point or since, seen Cody as mad as he got at that moment. Cody starts yelling at this kid Cody's face is blood red. He's yelling at this kid. He goes, "You laid here for 20 minutes and let us kick your ass, and now you're going to act tough? Get in this ring with that chair, and you won't go to the hospital. They'll send you to the morgue." Then the kid called the cops on us. So police show up to the National Guard Armory, because it was wrestling in East Tennessee. Walks in the locker room, which is scary at a wrestling show. Like, shit, the cops are here. Hide your stuff. Cops come in, ask to speak with us. He's like, "Look, this individual said you assaulted him." Is that what he told you? He had a wrestling match with us.
Yeah, really.
And they probably really?
Like, he got in the ring under his own free will, and we were a little more rough than he was used to. So the cop looks at the kid and goes, "Were you in the ring on your own?" He goes, "Well, yeah." "You guys have a good night," and left. That's one of maybe 3 or 4 stories of where I'd like roughed somebody up, but I didn't like doing it because I like to think I'm a nice guy. I don't like beating people up.
Yeah.
But if the guy who's paying me tells me to go do that to get paid, then it's a carny life, brother.
Yeah.
He's a hard hit man.
So, when did the whole Honky Tonk Mac come about?
The Honky Tonk Mac gimmick happened 7 years ago, maybe. Or actually, maybe longer than that. But I had long hair and like a little chin strap beard, and I was trying to get a regular, good-paying job, because wrestling didn't pay the bills.
Yeah.
And the place I'd applied to had short hair, no facial hair dress code. So I shaved my hair off, had like a 1/4 inch of hair, and shaved the beard. And as the hair started to grow back in, I styled it into a little faux pompadour, and I had some sideburns. They weren't like honky sideburns, they were just regular sideburns. And this guy I worked with, which I didn't get that job I cut my hair for, by the way. I was working another job. And this guy who was a wrestling fan goes, "Hey man, you know who you kind of look like?" I said, "Who?" He goes, "Kind of look like the Honky Tonk Man." And it was just, bing! The bulb went off in my head. I was like, that's the greatest idea ever. So I was trying to come up with an idea for a name. I was like, maybe Honky Tonk Kid, Honky Tonk Boy. But then I went, no, wait, I'll just do Honky Tonk Matt. Then I'm still HTM.
Yeah.
So I did it. Had my buddy Easy Money make me some tights. And I did the whole, guitars down the side, music notes on the back, blue tights. And I was going to debut this gimmick in Bristol. And the night I was debuting was a Saturday after Honky had just been on Raw the week prior for like some throwback, something they had done. So Honky was fresh in everybody's mind. I had the jumpsuit, the guitar, the whole 9 yards. I'm coming out to Honky's music. The music hits. The Armory goes insane.
Oh my God, that'd be so disappointed.
Because they think it's the Honky Tonk Man. So I come out and the crowd goes, yeah! Like you could feel the electricity just drain. And that was it. And I made the most money with that gimmick that I made in the entire 10 plus years I wrestled. I made more shows, worked bigger names, including the Honky Tonk Man twice with that gimmick.
So how was it working with him?
But it's crazy how a gimmick can get you over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
especially when it's one that people already liked.
Yeah, if you choose that right gimmick, it gets you over.
Was that considered a heel?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
You'd have to be a heel if you're impersonating Honky Tonk Man.
Because not only did people think I was making fun of Elvis, which I wasn't, I'm a huge Elvis fan, but they also thought I was making fun of the Honky Tonk Man, which also I wasn't doing because I love Honky. So I was doing this gimmick, and I remember I just moved to Nashville, and at that point I was like, I'm done wrestling, I'm tired of being sore, I'm not making enough money. And I'd cut my hair again, and I'd shave the sideburns off because I'd actually auditioned for the show Face Off. And I shaved the sideburn, or actually I had a full beard at the time, excuse me. I shaved the beard off because I had to do a makeup on myself for my audition. Literally the day after I send my audition tape into Face Off, I get a call from a promoter in Alcoa, just outside of Sevierville. He goes, "Hey Matt, I want to bring you in for a show." I'm like, "Brother, I'm not working anymore." He said, "Well, let me tell you who I got you booked against, and you might reconsider." He's like, all right, go ahead. He goes, we're bringing the Honky Tonk Man in. I was like, what day? So I had about 2 months to grow my hair out, grow sideburns in, and get back in somewhat decent ring shape, which was difficult. And I never actually got to ring shape. But we do this show, or actually we're doing the build up to the show, and he had me cut a couple promos. And a week or so before the show, I get a call from the promoter. He goes, Matt, I got your daddy here. I'm like, excuse me? And then he hands the phone over, and I hear, Matt? I'm like, yeah? He goes, it's Honky Tonk Man. Hey, what's going on? He goes, I hear you're telling people you're my kid. I was like, well, yeah, that's the idea of the gimmick. He goes, well, are you? Like,
that's a cool
not that I was like, not that I'm aware of. He goes, are you sure? And he just keeps pushing it. And like, I get kind of quiet on the phone. And he starts laughing.
Yeah.
He goes, brother. He goes, when brother here showed me the flyer, and he had the 2 pictures, and it was a pose I had done exactly like Honky. And they put them side by side. He goes, when I saw it, I went, shit, looks like the guy could be my kid. And the promoter wasn't wanting to do that angle at first. He was wanting to do something else. And Honky's like, no, dude, you got to do that. That's where the money is. So they had me cut some promos saying I was going to make him admit that he was my dad and all this stuff.
Like illegitimate son taking his
there's a whole deal like
out on Honky.
I was saying is like, you weren't there, and if you're truly the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, then I want everything I got coming to me. I want my cut of your championship money. I want all your royalties and all this stuff. Which makes no sense because I'm a fucking adult.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't get any of that. But yay wrestling, suspend your disbelief.
Oh yeah.
So I show up for this show at the Green Acres Flea Market, which is where the show was. And for the first time ever, I pull up and there's a line of people out of the building and into the parking lot.
Oh shit.
I'm like, oh my God. So like I throw a towel on over my head and I'm bringing my bag in, and I walk in the locker room, and Honky's sitting over in the corner, and I make my way around shaking everybody's hand, saying hi. And I walk up and I sit down next to him, shake his hand, and I'm kind of joking, like, hey brother, you still draw. And he goes, hell, half of them are here to see you. I said, that's generous, but no, that's not true. He goes, no, they want to see me whip your ass.
So they just here to see you get your ass beat.
Oh God.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing. These diehard fans who love Honky Tonk Man are wanting to see the kid who's ripping him off get his ass beat.
Oh yeah.
And I was nervous as could be for multiple reasons. One is just, this is probably one of the biggest names I've been in the ring with.
Yeah.
And 2, I didn't know if he really liked me doing the gimmick or not. Because he could have very easily taken it as I'm, ripping him off and trying to make some money off his name, which is exactly what I was doing. But I was doing it from a place of respect. I wasn't being disrespectful towards him or the gimmick. And until he threw his first punch, I didn't know if he was going to try and take my head off.
Yeah.
But luckily, he threw his first punch. I'm like, all right, cool. He's not trying to kill me. And worked the match. It was super easy. It was great. No problem.
I need to. We hadn't got to finish watching that whole match yet, or I haven't. So I want to watch it because it's on YouTube still, right?
Yep, that one's up there. And the second time I worked him was on YouTube as well.
Sweet. Yeah, I got to check
And that was down in Lewisburg.
Oh yeah, they had that one match. They had we went to the SWF.
Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah. We went to SWF here, and it's in Tullahoma.
Tullahoma,
Yeah.
And they were promoting that one, too.
It's the Gypsy Joe Arena.
Yep. I've got a funny story when I worked Gypsy Joe. I was 19 years old and thought I was going to die.
He's a hardcore motherfucker, wasn't he?
He was, man. I love him to death. Like, after the match was over, he hugged my neck, and he's like, you don't have to be scared of me, because he asked me, he goes, you seem scared of me. I was like, yeah, a little bit. I've heard some stories. He's like, nah. And our entire match, we were just slapping each other in the face and chopping each other the whole match. There was nothing else. It was like 3.5 minutes of just slapping each other, and then he rolled me up in a small package. That was it.
Yeah, because I used to work with his grandson. He's actually a wrestler.
Oh, yeah?
So, what's his name? Jack. You Yukon Jack?
Yukon, yeah.
Yeah.
I know Yukon.
Oh, you talking about
DJ or is it
who was
his brother was wrestling that night we was there. It was Yukon Jack's youngest son.
Okay, yeah.
See, I know
Yukon.
I know
Jack.
so few. I know so few of the Middle Tennessee guys because I've done like a handful of matches since I moved down here.
Yeah.
That I don't know any of those relationships. Like
I
know the Mortons and that's it.
Well, no, they used to show it on our public access channel that we used to have. Damn, it's been 10 years ago now, maybe a little bit less, but and then they stopped showing it because they lost the software messed up. They were showing the local, like you'd be able to watch their matches.
Arp.
Paul Arp
his last name is Arp. The guy I'm thinking of.
Okay. Paul Arp I knew him. He's the one that ran it.
Yeah.
Then he sold it off.
Yeah, I know the Mortons, and I know Jeremiah Plunkett, and maybe a handful of other local guys down here. But it's not like when I was doing it in East Tennessee and wrestled there for 10 years, where I knew literally.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
I knew everybody. I held half of them. I went to school with their kids or their cousins, or because I joke like in East Tennessee, you know at least 10 wrestlers, and you're related to 5 of them.
What was the biggest promotion you got to work with?
The biggest promotion I got to work with was probably, and they're actually still going in a different incarnation now. Now he just recently changed it to Innovate, but it was NWA Smoky Mountain for several years. But when I was there, it was Championship Wrestling. It was just what we worked under. And we were at the Kingsport National Guard, or not the National Guard Army, we were at the Kingsport Civic Auditorium I think for a while there, we were actually every week at the Civic Auditorium. And I was getting to work with guys I didn't work with, but I was on several shows with Tracy Smothers. I was on a show with Ricky Steamboat. I worked with Ricky Morton. I worked with Robert Gibson.
Wow.
I did. They were big on bringing guys in right if they get off TV. Like I did a show with Heidenreich. Eesh, that was rough. I didn't work John, but I did a run in, and it's like every time he would swing, it's just like trying to knock your head off. I'm like, dude, we're all friends here. Just calm down. Yeah, I was there consistently for several years with them. I was never a huge name anywhere, but there I was like lower mid card guy.
Okay.
That's one thing.
So you're above a jobber status?
I was above a jobber status, but just barely. I was still a putover guy. I would make other guys look better.
What I don't like with WWE now is turn the microphone up just a little bit.
As they consistently have the same matches every week.
Well, that and
they try and shove people down your throat that you don't want to like.
Well,
Roman Reigns.
Like, I was so wanting the brand split. I was so wanting the brand split, but then because I was like, they need to show more people, and hopefully with the brand split we'd get to see. And then fucking just same motherfuckers.
Yep.
More talking, same motherfuckers wrestling. Like, god damn, man. Show some
I
fucking
know-
mid-level people. Let some fucking people come up.
Yeah, I know you can't do all the stuff you did in the Attitude Era, but you can still do the back,
Stage promos.
backstage promos.
Funny.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like the fucking... Like, Matt Hardy, I'm glad to see he's woken, whatever. But the fucking promo with Bray Wyatt, like the video cutting in and out.
Yeah. It's getting fucking ridiculous.
I don't know if you watch that shit, man, or what. But
I've seen so little of it over the last few years that anytime I do see it, I'm like, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I'll watch WrestleMania and I'll watch the Rumble, and then I'll catch clips of it here and there, and I was like,
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I hadn't even watched a full episode of none of it in a long time.
I'll look up clips on YouTube if it's a friend of mine or something I know is going up, or I was watching the Rumble when AJ debuted.
Oh,
yay!
What was your reaction to the whole Kenny Omega and Jericho?
Dude, I friggin' loved it.
Yeah, I was.
Like-
you know, I'm pretty new to New Japan and all that still. I need to watch more than just the Bullet Club, but yeah, when I heard that, I was like, "This is gonna." And everybody's same reaction, like, how is this possible? He's supposedly with WWE. Apparently, Vince is cool with it or whatever.
Jericho, I'm pretty sure, had worked in something in his contract several years ago that he could do other ventures.
Oh,
But anytime Vince had something that he specifically needed Jericho for, that he was required to come back to Vince.
yeah.
So if it's something he wants to put somebody with Jericho, then Vince takes precedence. But if Vince doesn't have anything specific for him, or if Jericho just wants some time away from WWE, he has the freedom to do so.
Well, I think also though WWE didn't want to do his fucking cruise.
Yeah.
So now he's got a lot of the ROH people, right?
Yeah, because in New Japan because they didn't want to work with other fucking people like they don't get along. Like, come
Yeah.
on, man.
But someone asked me a few years ago, like, so what do you think's WWE's best developmental territory? I said, Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
Like
it's so
that was
true.
right as they were starting to bring in a lot of Ring of Honor guys. Like Punk had been there for a few years, and you'd see a few other guys pop up here and there. I was like, I said back then, like Ring of Honor is going to be where the next wave of superstars is going to come from.
Well, if it ever happens in the Bucks and
I don't think that'll ever happen.
they're making so much money off merch now, they don't need WWE. They're probably
And that's the thing. A lot of guys that are big on the indie scene, which is why they didn't get AJ for years, is AJ was making too much money on the indie circuit.
And now I guess he gets to be home in the States with his family, so that's why.
He's made his money.
After they hit a certain level, then they're like, okay,
he's
let's
made
slow
his money.
down.
He's established his name. He's established his name enough to the point that he was able to come to WWE and keep that name.
And didn't have to go through NXT to do it.
And
Yeah.
he'll always own that name, though. Well, yeah, but you heard what he said, though. He said that he thinks everybody should go to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, because just the way that they work the camera, the way that they do shoot their promos is like,
They got it
it
down
was
to
a
science,
strong
I guess.
learning curve.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's the
My-
same with doing like minor league baseball or football or anything like that. It's like that's your transition from the low level into the pro level, and it's important to learn those things because WWE as a brand has a certain style and certain look to it that if you can't adapt to it, you won't be there long.
Oh no, you won't make it. And I
No,
think that's my problem. I've watched it so long; it's hard for me to watch other productions on TV.
I'll tell you, one of my biggest like agitations and pet peeves when I'm watching anything WWE is literally, and I'm sure this is developed from them seeing so many botched things get out and bad things or things look bad in the ring, is that anytime there's a move, they'll either change camera angle mid move or do that weird WWE zoom in and zoom out move.
Yeah.
I
I
was
like how when
you
somebody
can't
gets hit,
see
they
what's
fucking nod
happening.
The camera. But you know what I'm saying? Like when somebody gets hit, like the guy they're up on the stage, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
at the entrance, and then somebody gets hit, and the camera fucking rocks back. Like
Yep.
Yeah, that's one thing too. That's a whole lot different. Have you ever watched any New Japan?
Yeah.
No,
I watched some of the that Bullet Club thing you sent me, and I was like, holy fuck!
The crowd they're nothing like the US
Yeah, I've seen
crowd.
that.
No.
Yeah.
They
Japanese
sit-
crowds, they're just silent.
They got a hotline you call in when, like, New Japan has a hotline for when people do stuff bad. Like,
What was
he
that?
went-
You can only
he went
imagine,
behind
like,
his
Japan-
back, you know, like, and did some, like, what the fuck, really?
I feel like if you botch something in Japan, they just kill you.
Oh my god!
You have brought dishonor to the wrestling business. Ugh.
A guy I work with, he sends me a lot of old school stuff from Japan. Like,
Oh
those
my
motherfuckers
God.
are getting like fireworks and explosions and barbed wire.
The old death matches that Mick Foley and Terry Funk used to be in.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ! I don't know how either of those men are still alive.
fucking crazy how this stuff was.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I go to WWE and I just land on some thumbtacks. No big deal."
They're not throwing me on flaming barbed wire over top of a shark tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of them matches. I'm like, fuck that shit. Hell no. But
And to me, like,
dude, I was like that with ECW. I was like, fuck that shit.
and to me, like, I can respect the level of like toughness you have to do that sort of thing, but at the same time, like, that's not wrestling. Like,
that's just the shock factor, right?
That's live stunt work. Like, there's no story behind anything like that. It's like, hey, especially now, like at least with Mick and Terry, they would tell somewhat of a story. Now you see these guys, like when they do these King of the Death Match, IWC Mid South or whatever the hell their 14-letter acronym is. And it's just like, you're just seeing who can top each other and doing ridiculously stupid shit.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to get the viral video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, if this goes viral, dude, we hit it big, you know?
And I remember thinking back in the day when I was wrestling and this was something I would hear a lot of the older timers say to young guys who would go out first 1 or 2 matches and doing over the top high spots. Like, hey, what am I going to have to do for the finish of the main event? Kill someone?
Yeah.
You did a power bomb off the top rope to the floor. What am I going to do to top that in the main?
Yeah. Yeah. And they just
Well, that's the whole thing, though. But they say that to the younger guys, but it's like, well, the younger guy's trying to become that main dude.
Yeah, but
Trying to get in that main card.
That's when you and I've had this conversation with guys before. It's like, you know, you want to strive to be that guy, but when you're in a certain position on the card, you need to do what is important for that position on the card, not yourself.
Because, you know, like, even with
the whole point is to tell a good story throughout the entire show so that people want to come back for another one.
Yeah, but like with WWE, though, you know, like, you got the people that try to steal the show.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, well, you put me in a fucking lower card, I should be, fuck this. Like, them motherfuckers going out there in them ladder matches, you know, like when Dean Ambrose got fucking put through a damn ladder for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I mean, the fucking ladder broke, which I'm sure it was set up, but still, goddamn, to get fucking thrown off into a ladder and fucking have it break, it sucks so bad.
What do you think? What do you think about how they're done? Well, you don't watch it really much more, but Finn Balor, how they're done pretty much just.
Oh,
they're burying him bad. He come off that shoulder injury and come back, and they just
Which makes me wonder, like, what's he done to somebody? Like, what has he said to somebody? Because that's the only time that happens.
Yeah.
Is you've upset somebody in the hierarchy.
Well, he hooked up with old girl.
Oh, Bailey.
No. The one, whatever her name is, the little host of WWE.com.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyways, they don't like that fucking intermingle shit in the company.
Bray Wyatt's with JoJo.
Yeah, and look where he's fucking at.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
goddamn,
rules don't apply equally in WWE.
True.
I mean, look where Bray Wyatt's at. He's fucking.
He got buried.
If you're a made guy, you can do whatever you want to do.
Exactly.
Cena and The Rock. Well, Rock ain't really in the picture no more, but
like Randy Orton. I heard a story about Randy Orton pouring baby oil in this chick's bag one time that he didn't like. Like, he poured all sorts of baby oil on her gear.
They're fucking straight douchebags back there.
Oh hell, Randy's a dick anyways.
Oh yeah. Well, he did all this, and they fined him like $9,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And Maven was telling me this. Maven was telling me this story. He goes, "Shit, if I knew it was only going to be that, I would have shit in her bag."
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
Always has been. Most likely, always will be.
Yeah, but back to New Japan and Wrestle Kingdom. Which when that's showing, it'll probably be down like around midnight or something here, won't it?
Do what?
When Wrestle Kingdom is coming on, it'll be down. It'll be like bedtime for us, won't it?
Probably.
So I guess we'll just wait because I'm sure we'll find it on the internet somewhere instead of having to subscribe to a New Japan streaming service.
I say, shit, my bedtime's coming up. I don't do that midnight stuff anymore.
I'm sure someone will post down the Jericho Omega match on YouTube the day after.
Oh yeah, it'll be everywhere.
Yeah, because that's definitely that's gonna be a big draw right there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely looking forward to this ROH because it'd be pretty cool to see. It would be awesome to see them Kenny pop up.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Yeah,
see.
I went and saw ROH. They were out at the fairgrounds a couple years ago. It was right as Steen was leaving to go up to WWE. 'Cause he did a farewell speech at that show, and it was Best in the World was the name of that show.
Okay, so isn't that like their big promote or pay per view kind of thing?
Yeah, it's their big pay per view. And I remember, it was funny because we actually got free tickets to go because a customer of my brother's at my brother's guitar company works for Fox, and they were on a Fox Sports net or something like that. So we got free tickets to go, and I remember kept thinking like Best in the World, and Punk had just left WWE not too long before that. And I was like, for the love of God, let Punk show up at the show.
Yeah.
And I spent most of the night because they hand out the streamers, right before somebody comes out. So they want everybody to throw streamers.
Yeah.
The whole night I was just like, I want to see if I can hit somebody. I think I hit the referee one time.
That'd be that. Well, I mean, it's not like wouldn't that be that should be everybody's goal?
Hit the referee.
No, to hit it somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
and it was always one of those things. I was like, it's crepe paper. It's not gonna hurt. Fuck it.
Yeah.
At least not like I'm throwing like a water bottle or something like that. That's a dick move. But like, there's a roll of crepe paper, and I didn't throw the whole roll. I opened it so it would unravel.
Yeah.
Oh no, that'd be fucking hilarious. Nobody unravels it, and they all just fucking chuck it.
Tight rolls of crepe papers. Pop, 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 pop.
Hell yeah. Well, man, I guess we were hitting an hour and 25-minute mark.
Yeah.
So damn.
So I'm getting hungry. I hadn't eaten all day.
Oh well, a good time to cut it off. But
Yeah.
I don't know how we can do this. Should we leave us all together or split it up and try to introduce a wrestling podcast, maybe?
No, let's not do a wrestling podcast. That takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
I said we run the gamut on everything tonight. We've talked about haunted houses, masks, bear shark,
Weather,
fake boobs, weather, and wrestling.
I think people that listen to this ain't the horror basement no more. It's supposed to be the wrestling basement.
So
But-
it's the everywhere.
this one is
basement.
definitely this episode is definitely carnific.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we can get a bigger audience now.
There you go.
I'll definitely hashtag it wrestling. But yeah, man, Matt, I appreciate it, man. We'll definitely be in contact to hopefully get this mask going.
Absolutely, man. Thanks y'all for having me on. I had a blast. It was fun.
Oh yeah, man. It's a great time. Appreciate it, Matt.
You have a good night,
All right.
man.
See you. Take it easy.
All right, see you.
Oh, we should have got his info.
Matt.
Yeah.
Hey, how can people reach you? Like,
They can
work
they can
and
find
all
me. They can find me at VonGrimmProductions.com or Facebook.com/VonGrimmProductions, and that's VonGrimm Productions.
All right, sweet.
1 N, 2 M's.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate it, man.
Sure thing, man.
No, see you.
Oh, I spelt that right on the first try. Bam. What about that shit? Didn't need to be told how to spell that.
But that was Matt Scott.
Honky tonk, Matt.
Awesome guy.
Yeah, that was a good interview. Or not even an interview. That's just a good conversation. Don't forget, hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Horrormino.
Yep.
Check this out on scurryface.com, Scurryface Radio. And,
this whole podcast is not going to be to go on Scary Face.
oh yeah.
It's going to be 30 minutes. We'll cut 30 minutes out.
But you can add
But
this to it.
you can
add
listen-
this to it. Like the end of it when you send it over to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah. Also listen on Google Play, iTunes, or Apple Store, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes.
Stitcher Radio.
What else?
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, that's the one. Fuck.
And
And
it'll be-
YouTube eventually.
Yeah, I still ain't put this week's or last week's.
Good
episode.
job. Good job on the YouTube channel. That's why we're not making no fucking money off YouTube.
Plus,
No, I'm
you
just
saying fucking don't help.
Yeah, well.
That kills any
fuck
ad
them.
revenue.
Fuck them.
But-
Fuck them. Fuck them.
But yep, I appreciate it, y'all, and I guess that's all we got. See y'all.